I just arrived in Buenos Aires, Argentina at the Ezeiza International Airport, and I will be showing you today in this video how to exit the airport, as well as get through immigration and get your baggage, as well as get a taxi or an Uber. All right, so hang tight, and we're going to talk about all of this. So right now, just exited the airplane, and now I'm walking down the aisle that all the people have to walk down once they exit their plane. Now, this was an international flight, so I have to go through immigration. Everyone has to go through immigration to make sure that you are legit. So just follow these people that they're walking right here. Everyone's walking towards it. And if you don't want to follow, just look at the signage above. It says right there, all passengers, and it's in English as well as Spanish. And there is also a sign that lets you know where the bathrooms or baños are. Okay, I know you've been on the plane and you'll probably want to go really quickly to the bathroom, but if you don't, just stay on the escalator and go down and follow, or if you don't follow, read the signage of where to go. And right now, if you look up at the signage towards the ceiling, it says immigration. Okay, it's immigration passport control. Follow the signage and it will lead you to immigration, and you have to go through here, present your passport as well as other materials that you may need, such as your itinerary of where you're going to be staying in Argentina. All right, so go through that. I'm going to turn the camera off and turn it back on because it is a sensitive area and they probably don't want to be recording up close in their face. Well, anyway, so once you make it through migration or immigration, you are going to walk towards the baggage claim. All right, you have to walk past the baggage claim to get out if you don't have baggage, but if you have baggage, you probably need to go to baggage claim to get your baggage, luggage, whatever you want to call it. Now, along the way, there is a duty-free shop. You've seen those in many airports if you've traveled quite extensively. Duty-free pretty much means you don't have to pay taxes, I do believe. If I'm wrong, can someone please correct me in the comment box? All right, so I'm making my way through past the duty-free shops, and I'm making my way towards the baggage claim, luggage claim, whatever you want to call it. Now, there is electronic signage that updates frequently and lets you know which turnsy or belt, luggage belt, is associated with your flight. So there won't be any confusion because they will have the number that shows you which belt is on. If you can see, there's numbers right here for each individual belt. That's 3 that I'm walking towards. That's the one that's associated with the plane that I came in on. As you can see, there are people surrounded that particular belt. Now, my plane is the only belt that came in recently, and that's why you see that a lot of this area is empty, and the only place where there are people standing is around number 3 or numero tres. Did I say that right in Spanish? All right, so once you get your luggage, I didn't have any luggage. All right, so once you get your luggage, if you have luggage, you can start to exit the area, and we'll go into the place where the area where you exit the airport. And so I'm going, and if you get confused, you can ask somebody, but if you don't want to ask anyone, you can look at the signage, and there's a sign right here where you declare your items. So you have to walk through this. I'm gonna turn it off, so I can't have it on right here. You have to declare your items if you have anything to declare. It goes through a scanner, and then you work your way out. You're in an area where you can rent cars if you need to rent a car. And then we are out in the main area, unsecure area. All right, so once you make it to this side right here, there's a lot of shops that you can go to. If you look around to the left and the right, to the left, there is a place called Havana or Habana. I don't know how you pronounce your V's in Spanish, but I'm going to try and say Habana. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this store is, but if you're in Buenos Aires, you'll see many of these stores around. Check them out, whatever it is. Anyway, so there's plenty of places where you can get something to eat if you're hungry. If you are not familiar with a lot of places and you don't want to be daring and try some of the Argentinian restaurants that are down here, you can look up and you can find yourself a McDonald's. All right, McDonald's. And let's check out the menu. because it looks kind of different. You can see that right there. There's Grand Tasty. I don't know what that is. That must be an Argentinian thing right there. I'm not sure. Saber Moss Fun. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It looks like a triple, quadruple patty burger. It looks similar to a Big Mac, but it's not quite a Big Mac. Oh, it actually is called a Big Mac. It's called a Double Big Mac and Bacon. So you have a Triple Big Mac and Bacon. So it is a Big Mac, but they have so many patties on there. I don't think they have that in the United States. All right. So they have a lot of different variety of things to choose from. Some of them are different. The Big Mac is somewhat similar, but it looks definitely different. And then there's a quarter pounder. I'm not sure what they call that, but it looked like a quarter pounder. A lot of people in line getting their, at the kiosk ordering. People seeing their loved ones. That was so sweet. Did you see that couple hug each other? That's love. There is a Starbucks. So if you're in need of Starbucks coffee, you can go over there and get Starbucks. Now I'm going to walk over there to Starbucks to see what exactly is on the menu, to see if it's any different from a Starbucks in United States. So let's walk over there. Starbucks, it looks remarkably similar to a Starbucks that you would see in the United States, but upon closer inspection, I could be wrong. So there's a lot of pastries, looks very similar. Let's look at the menu a little bit. Frappuccino. Okay, we have Frappuccino in the United States. We have chocolate in the United States. Espressos, we have that too in the United States. So there's a lot of things that are similar. You may notice that there are some things that are different, but don't let that frighten you. It's still probably really good. Just ask one of the people, one of the clerks or people working there, what it tastes like. And maybe if they speak English or you speak Spanish, you can figure out what you want. So I'm just taking a look at this, a closer look, and seeing this. These are chips right here, cheddar chips. And that is Starbucks. I'm not going to spend too much time in here. Cold brew, that's what we have in the United States. So it's fairly similar. Nice looking Starbucks. And I'm going to make my way out. You can go ahead and get a taxi. Right there, people moving around carts. People still have their mask on. And at this point, though it may change by the time you see this video, masks are required inside of this airport. Now, with that said, by the time you see this video, that requirement may be gone. So you must pay attention to the news or call to the airport and see what their rules are, because you don't want to get to the airport and not have a mask and break the rules and not be able to get on your plane or kicked out of the airport. All of those and above, whatever. All right, so I'm going to make my way out. Now you can get to public buses, taxis, Uber, and a variety of other things outside of this building. And one thing to note, right out of this building, if you were to go across the street, they have COVID testing. So at the time of making this video, the COVID testing was there. If you see this video, you might want to check to see if COVID tests are still required for wherever you're going, or if they still have that makeshift COVID testing center still there. So that was it. You can catch your Uber right there, your taxis right there, and be on your way to Buenos Aires. I hope this was helpful. Thanks a lot for watching.